afternoon, and welcome to today's TED Talk on CDL drivers, commercial driver's license holders, driving tractor trailers that cannot speak English, cannot read it, cannot write it, cannot comprehend it, and cannot effectively communicate with law enforcement, other first responders. They cannot read and understand what the road signs say, and the, law enforcement agencies around the country have been told by the federal government a few years ago to ignore the rule that requires that truck drivers be able to proficiently read and speak English. And what they've done is, as part of an asylum and a refugee resettlement thing, is they've dumped a lot of these people into the truck driving pool. And they've taken lottery winners that have no real skill, but they just won a lottery to come here, and they dump them into the truck driving pool. Why have they done this, you ask? Well, one reason is this. You can rush them through a CDL school and send them to a shady trucking company to get their start. And then you can dump them in the driver pool, and they're going to work cheap, and they're going to run with very cheap rates that, because they are used to a lifestyle that we are not accustomed to and we do not want. We want a better lifestyle for us, our families, our kids. They don't care. They came from a place where that's just not a big importance to them to live at the same quality of lifestyle that we do. But the American Trucking Association, they claim that they are for the trucker. They're not for the trucker. They're for the trucking company. They're for the big companies. They're for the Snyders, the JB Hunts, the ATSs, the Swiss, the Prime Incs, you name it, the really big ones. And those are their member companies, and they're a lobbying firm. And they want cheap labor. And they've been banging this drum about a driver shortage. And there's a whole other argument about driver shortage I might do another video on later. But anyway, but they say to prove that we need new drivers. Well, we can't attract drivers because we treat drivers really bad. And drivers' wages have been stagnant for 25, 30 years. And we don't know why nobody wants to be here. Despite shippers and receivers abusing our time, law enforcement abusing us, looking at us as a cash cow, the courts, looking at us as a cash cow, municipalities not wanting us there, not allowing places to be built for us to park, available parking declining, food options and truck stops getting worse and worse, more unhealthy, and I can go on and on as why people don't want to get into this industry, nor do they want to stay when they do get in it. But the fact remains is they have labor dumped a lot of very low skilled, actually no skilled, very poorly trained people that cannot abide by the federal requirements of speak and read English effectively, and it's a danger on the roadway. A few very notable examples that have made the news. Eastern European, I believe he's Russian, was driving on what's called a hotshot rig, a dually with the gooseneck trailer up in New England. He wiped out some motorcyclists on some kind of charity ride and killed a couple. A Hispanic immigrant was driving a truck in Colorado, couldn't read the signs, wasn't trained well enough, burned his brakes up, killed a bunch of people at the base of the mountain on I-70 going into Denver. And then we just recently had the guy, and I don't know if he was from Somalia, but he was somewhere in that region of Africa, and he was pulling a trailer for Amazon Prime and wiped out